Howdy, it's Jim Morado, and we are driving around the town of Blue Earth, Minnesota on this particular day. This was actually my very first trip into Minnesota. That means I'm down to about 8 more states I still have to visit to say I've visited them all. Kind of wanted to save Minnesota for another day. I want to hit that big mall. I want to hit some of the nature stuff going on. There's a lot to do in Minnesota. One of my best friends, Mark, he is actually he lived there for a while, and I figured me and him would go up there at some point. But on our recent South Dakota trip, we realized, with a little bit of tweaking, that we could drive through Blue Earth, Minnesota, and see the famous Jolly Green Giant statue. So we had to do that. I figured this would be like a giant statue right by the interstate, but it's not. You kind of have to get off the beaten path and look for it. I really thought this would be, way just something easy to catch and easy to see, but it's kind of in its own little park. So we got here a little bit later one particular day, and we ended up going to the Blue Earth Hometown Restaurant first of all because we were starving. This is a great little restaurant. If you're in Blue Earth, stop at this restaurant. They have a little sprout out front. Lots of businesses have these little sprouts. Kind of like Cleveland has guitars, Cincinnati has flying pigs. Blue Earth has sprouts that businesses buy and paint up. This was a good little restaurant, though. I want to give them a huge plug. Some of the sweetest waitresses I've ever encountered are here. We had, I didn't catch their names, but there were 2 of them. I saw a local fella have some coffee and a pie, and he told the waitress, he paid her and told her to keep $1 for her tip. He was very sweet about it, but she acted like he would have given her, a $5 or $10 tip. She was very sweet about it, and it's just a good place. They had good food, and they're pleasant people, and I wanted to mention that. Just a nice little place. First people I met in Minnesota, while I was in Minnesota, were at that restaurant. Our little waitresses were incredible. And we're driving down to the park where the Green Giant statue is. And I didn't know what to expect, really. I didn't know if he'd be like a muffler man or what, but he's freaking 55 feet tall. He's pretty mammoth. And that's pretty special. There's a museum right by him, too, and a little park. The museum closed by the time we got there. I was really disappointed about that. But that's something for another day, I guess. And while we were here, there was one sign kind of telling the story of the Blue Earth Green Giant. And I thought I would just read to you from the sign. And it says, "Why the big guy? The Green Giant statue is a symbol of the long-standing association of the city of Blue Earth with the Green Giant Company. Peas and corn are still grown and canned here today. How long has he been standing there? Local businessmen donated money to have a statue of the Jolly Green Giant created in 1978. The statue arrived via flatbed truck on September 21st, 1978, and was actually erected on the 23rd to preside over the Interstate 90 dedication. He was hoisted in a sling by a 65-foot crane in the north roadside rest area, a point where East met West, marking I-90's completion and representing a 3,028-mile nonstop route from Boston to Seattle. The statue was placed in its current location on July 6, 1979. Every winter he receives a red scarf from Santa to protect him from the cold Minnesota weather." Oh, that's sweet. The red scarf also pays homage to the old 1961 Green Giant logo, a time when the company first entered the frozen food market. "What are some cool facts I can tell my friends about? He's 55.5 feet tall. He's made of fiberglass. Wears a size 78 shoe. Weighs 8,000 pounds. Smile stretches 48 inches. Cost $43,000 to manufacture." So there's just some facts about the giant. Again, I'm just showing you his backside just because I know you're curious, and I know I looked up, kind of looked up in a very personal area there, but I don't think he minds. He's got his trunks on, but man, is he something. And they got this great little walkway so you can go up there. My wife took some pictures of me while I was up there. And he is just something special. And this, just for what it's worth, this is us just driving through Blue Earth a little bit. And as a bit of a side note, again, this is another nice little town that definitely worthy of another visit at some point. And oddly, when my wife and I mentioned on Facebook that we had been to Blue Earth and we posted our pictures, several people were like, "What? You were in Blue Earth?" This town is a big deal to some people, and I didn't realize that. Apparently, there's some root beer place that we totally missed that we're going to have to go back and catch on another visit. And then one of our best friends from college, Amy, I was the best man in her wedding. Her husband was the best man in my wedding. Probably our best friends on the planet. Actually has a lot of family in Blue Earth, and I did not know that. You know, that was something. You find out something new every day. I should have told people that we were going to Blue Earth before we did it, and we weren't able to stop here on the way back. We went a different route. Blue Earth is definitely a town that we're going to have to get back to on another day. I want to check out that museum too, just because. You know, a Green Giant museum. How cool is that? Lots of roundabouts in this town. That was something I noticed. Not a fan of roundabouts. I don't think anybody really is, but it's kind of how the town is set up. It's a smaller town, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, that was Blue Earth, Minnesota, and the Jolly Green Giant statue. And we had a good time there, and we'll probably be back at some point. So thanks for watching, and talk to you soon.